how did you get into cooking?
So it started off probably around birth. I grew up in a little place called Tomppabeats, Sardinia. I watched my great-grandmother cook every meal of every single day. That was her meaning in life. I mean, aside from being like a mother and a grandmother, and at that point a great-grandmother, everybody had the opportunity to come home and eat a meal every lunch break, every break that people had, and everybody just loved her. Everybody, she was everyone's favorite. She worked from morning till dusk. She just woke up, cooked, ate a meal, and then went straight back to cooking. I grew up on a part of the village that didn't really have kids, so I just spent all my time with her. She was like my best friend, watching her, and eventually she took notice and wanted to teach me some things, and it became me just being a little helper, bringing stuff from the fridge and learning how to use a knife, and then being a part of all that. And around that time where I started to actually start wielding a knife and learning that onions make you cry and stuff, and she unfortunately passed away. I was living here in Redlands. I'd been transplanted here by then. And, everyone was devastated. Everyone missed her. Everyone loved her. I felt it only necessary, if not my destiny, to be that person that everyone loved and everyone could go to for food, and it was just all out of love, and I want to make my life around that.
What inspired you to create the menu for your restaurant?
So I initially had the idea of doing a pop-up restaurant and doing it entirely by myself. I was gonna try and excavate some traditional Sardinian recipes and just be just niche it up for everybody to at least try my culture. But I also have a tendency to just want to do things by myself, and I felt like I needed a little bit of, maybe not necessarily help, but getting other people involved. And so I initially wanted BFC to come down and help me with it, and scheduled a day where everybody was already gone. I had Fotis sitting with me and Harry sitting with me. Me and Fotis being Mediterranean boys, I decided alright, Mediterranean would be a pretty good, I would say middle point to a sort of generalized food that people can eat, and this very niche food that I feel almost nobody has tried. So yeah, I kind of just went in the direction of Greek philosophy and food, and Spanish influences, and a lot of Italian, but just for the predominancy of being the Mediterranean. I grew up not being able to talk very well. I was very shy. I was bullied ruthlessly. Me wanting to cook is more or less my way of communicating with people, and all I want really to communicate is love, and that I'm full of love and all that. And I feel you can't really send yourself down the road to cook for a living without there being some sort of void that needs to be filled. And that void is being filled through the one thing that I know I can do, and that's feed people.